Hello, Cancer, and welcome back to the Enlightened Path. I am Rihanna Nicole, and this is your mid-September, throughout the rest of September 2018 love reading. Okay, so this is Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but it's also Cancer, Venus. If you've got Venus with Cancer in your chart, this reading may resonate because we're focusing on love. If you don't know what energies are in your chart, I always leave the link to Café Astrology in the description box, as well as the link to my website for personal readings if you're interested. So Cancer, I've already shuffled. We can get started. Let's see how you are loving and being loved throughout the rest of September. For those of you that are not new, if you are noticing a change of scenery behind me, it is because I am on vacation, but I did not want to lag behind, especially with the love readings, okay? Oops, we got to cut. Let me shuffle again, and let's cut. Okay, that's better. First card out, Cancer, Page of Cups. The Empress. The Nine of Swords is at the base of the reading, and the Ace of Cups is in the recent past. You then get the Ten of Rods crowning, and coming towards you, the Knight of Cups. In your self spot, we've got the Emperor. And in your environment, we've got Strength. We then get the King of Swords in your ninth spot. And final outcome is Karma, or this deck's Judgment card, okay? Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. Under the Page of Pentacles, we get the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Rods. And also the Lone Man. So, Cancer, I definitely feel, just looking at these cards here, the way that they're coming up, I definitely feel like there is a start, some sort of beginning with a page, you know, laying the foundation, building, possibly a partnership here that we're seeing with the Ten of Cups. But I also think that there's going to be some sort of pause in activity if there already hasn't been, because you do get the Seven of Rods along with the Fool here. I'm sorry, the Hangman, which is a pause in activity. Okay, so some of you, you just read my whole situation. Others of you are maybe, excuse me, I'm on vacation. I'm at the beach, guys. My sinuses have been losing it. Excuse me. Others of you aren't there just yet, okay? But for some of you, this is where we are, just with these four cards. So there's this offer. There's an offering, a small offering, a I like you. For others of you, this could definitely be an apology from another that brings in something new. We have the Empress, and the Empress is about the start of new things. The Empress is also birth, fertility, and conception for me. And if you look at the cards, you see why. She's the mother of tarot, right? The Page of Cups is water energy. I see a lot of water energy across the board with the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and then, you know, this Ace of Cups here in the back in your recent past. And then I looked at the bottom of the deck, there's the Two of Cups. Okay, so some of you, there's definitely another water sign in your midst, Pisces or Cancer, Scorpio as well. But there's an offering here. Some of you could definitely be dealing with someone that has children, because the Empress is the mother of the mother of your children as well, or someone that is currently pregnant. Let's put that out there as well. For either you or your partner, there seems to be a lot of mental stress, because we do have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords is done by yourself. You know, no one does this to you. If you see, she doesn't even know how many swords there really are, because her hands are tied in front of her face. So she doesn't even know what she's afraid of. She doesn't even perceive the real threat. This is all in her mind, right? She doesn't know if they're behind her, in front of her, around her, under her. She doesn't know any of this because her hands are tied in front of her eyes. So someone is like mentally stressing out here. Excuse me. Cancer, this could be you or the person that you're dealing with. But knowing you, Cancer, it's probably you. No shade. I just know my Cancers. So, but it could be your partner as well. It could be both of you. But what we're seeing here at the center with the Magician and the World card, you've got so many different major arcana, Cancer. This is like crazy. I'm looking at 5 and I haven't even started to like really clarify. But someone is manifesting, is trying to bring this situation forward, right? Cancer, you could be, you know, feeling like you have all the tools to make this happen. And it's because you're closing out a cycle. With the World card here, you're completing a cycle and trying to go into a new one. But there's some anxiety. Either you or the person you're dealing with has a lot of anxiety here. Let's see why. Well, Cancer, your anxiety, if you're the one that is being anxious, it could cause you to either reject an offer or not offer this offer. Okay? It's the same card that we're seeing here at the center. This Page of Cups, right? Just a different deck. But now we see the Page of Cups in reverse. So that offer is either being rejected or not offered. And it's because someone is still in this Five of Cups energy. Someone is still crying over spilled milk, looking at what was, and not really noticing these cups that may be being offered to them, okay? There's where the anxiety comes in. With the Ace of Cups, there's a lot of emotion here in the recent past. Get the Tower that falls out. I feel like, Cancer, there's something in your past that brought you here. Some sort of disaster that brought you to this space with this particular partner that we're talking about now. Because we do get the Tower with the Ace of Cups. And for me, the Tower with the Ace of Cups is, there's this major, major shakeup where the shit hits the fan, everything crumbles, and out of the rubble, once you start to rebuild, you land here, right? I am going to take one more for your recent past, Cancer. Communication back and forth with the Eight of Rods, okay? I definitely feel like some of you spend a lot of time talking to this particular person. And Cancer, that's easy for you. You're very, very good at articulating what you're feeling. Yeah, Cancer is kind of like you can talk to them for days, right? They're not too dreamy like a lot of people would think a Pisces would be, and they aren't as secretive as what Scorpio is often considered to be, right? Cancer is kind of like right in the middle with the water signs. Not too far left, not too far right, just kind of in the middle. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of communication that goes into making this Ace of Cups in your recent past. Either you or your partner, this partner that you're dealing with right now, is in this space with the Ten of Rods where they just feel like there's a lot on their plate. Cancer, you could be feeling really burdened. The good thing about it is you're not going to feel this way for long, okay? because you are in this space. Same as Scorpio. It's weird. Scorpio got this same kind of combination where you guys are in this space of this cycle completing. So there being this 10, which indicates the final stage, goes with the worlds. It goes with the completion and the closing out. So if it's you that's in this space where you just feel like I have so much happening, know that very soon there will be, a release. This is just kind of like what happens as the cycle culminates. It's like being in school. You take the course, and right at midterm, right at exam time, you feel completely boggled down. It's just like, I'm so ready for this to be over. Well, you take the exam, and then there's the relief, right? You're done with it. You can go on, move to the next course, move to the next level, and it's all just a memory. So if this is your energy that we're feeling throughout September, hang in there because you're almost done, okay? There's the Knight of Rods. There could be a lot of in and out energy with this particular person. Some of you, this is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This person doesn't stay still. Cancer, this could also be your energy where you feel like, ooh, for some of you, there's a lot of traveling. That just hit me. For some of you, you're doing a lot of moving around because that is what the Knight of Rods does. And for those of you that are moving around, some of you in that group are moving around long distance, even going across water. Some of you could even be going across water. And if this is not you, this is your partner that's like bouncing all over the globe, where it's just not stable. The Knight of Cups is the energy that's coming in September, right? And this could definitely be you, Cancer, that's bringing forth another offering, because this is your energy, but this is also Pisces and Scorpio, right? And they're bringing in the Ace of Cups. So we've seen this Ace of Cups here in the past and how we see it in the future. We're going to, and there's something under it. Ooh. Scorpio in reverse. This is death. Okay, so Cancer, if you're in this space where you feel like, okay, I don't know where this is going, know that it doesn't end in September. They're making that very, very clear. And there's not a dramatic transition either. Cancer, if you're offering, I definitely feel like eventually your offer gets accepted. And if you are the one that is being offered to, I think Cancer, eventually you accept it. Because what we're seeing here is there isn't a transition or ending to this situation. I think that you may have to take a moment to allow the anxiety or the mental stress of the situation to kind of die down, to work your way through those different energies. And you also may have to give your partner that time as well, if this is not you that's stressing out here with this Nine of Swords. The Emperor is a very good place to be in. The Emperor is the father of tarot. So remember, we have the Emperor here, and at the center of the reading, we have his counterpart, the Empress, right? The mother and the father are both showing up for you. And the Emperor is definitely about taking charge. It's about getting things done. This is also Aries energy, okay? And this is the energy that falls, excuse me, in your self spot. Guys, when I tell you my sinuses, serious. So this is the energy that's falling in your self spot. This could definitely be an indication that even if you are a Cancer sun, you may want to check your chart to see if you have a lot of Aries in your chart, because this energy pulls through, and this is about taking charge, where you're kind of taking the bull by the horns and making it happen. And in tarot, Cancer, that's kind of what you're supposed to do. Your card is the Chariot, and that is what the Chariot does. It drives the four horses, the four elements, and it gets you to where you want to go. Clarifying, we get the Five of Pentacles, this feeling of being left out in the cold. And then we get the Hermit, receiving some sort of enlightenment. Cancer, it could be you that goes within and leaves another out in the cold, or it could be someone leaving you out in the cold, you going within and deciding to push forward, to do something, to stand up, to be, look, I'm being told to say something, but I'm just going to say, some of you, okay, some of you man up in September, okay? Throughout the rest of September. We see you kind of getting a backbone. Not to say that you didn't, but if you've been passive in this situation, I feel like now you're no longer passive. You're focused and you're driven and you're goal oriented. Also, some of you could be dealing with some financial issues where you're having to go within and find the answers. I feel like you're going to find them, okay? And you're going to boss up. The Hermit is also the card of Virgo, so there could be a Virgo that's kind of mingled into the situation as well. The person in your environment, what's around you, we get the Strength card. So it could definitely be a Leo, but this person, even if they're not a Leo, this energy is persevering, pushing forward. This person may be encountering some hardships. And okay, I'm going to put these here because these flipped up. For some of you, there's two things that come up with this Two of Cups and the Six of Swords in reverse. This person could feel like soulmate energy with the Two of Cups, right? And that is why, even though there's some anxiety, no one leaves this situation. For some of you. For others of you, let me see what these are to get a better understanding here. Yeah. So, for others of you, this person is not making any decisions. There's a need for clarity, but they're not balanced either. We see Temperance in reverse. There's a serious need for temperance. The balancing of the head and the heart. This is alchemy. See how he pours these cups? This is within oneself. There are some of you that are dealing with someone that can't leave what feels like a soulmate connection, or won't leave what feels like a soulmate connection, won't release what feels like a soulmate connection. Ooh. King of Swords. I feel like you get some clarity. The King of Swords is also Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Ooh. The two that were on the floor. So again, a Cancer, you get the Five of Rods, okay? And this is bumping heads. But then you get the King of Pentacles in reverse. And this means that, this energy, this person's not grounded in some way. They could also be working on financial stability because the King of Pentacles is in reverse. But there's something you're fearing here because this King of Swords is in your ninth spot of hopes and fears. Cancer, I think that you're hoping to avoid a conflict. I also feel like, you could also be fearing that clarity in a situation, a discussion that brings in clarity, could bring in some sort of conflict, could highlight you not being on the same page with this person in some way. And it could throw things completely off. But at the end, there's a judgment anyway, right? We get karma. Karma is this next judgment card. And judgment is about making a decision, all right? So in September, this is your final outcome. We see there being a decision being made. Someone still has their guards up with the 9 of Rods. Someone is still like in defense. And then there's this moment where nothing is happening. Ooh, okay. Cancer, I definitely feel like you decide to stick it out because we do see the Death card and it's in reverse. So I just feel like there's a pause in activity here for you. And it's because someone still has their walls up, just like the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Rods. The 9 of Rods is the action that comes from the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is all of this mental energy on the inside, and it is transferred into action through the 9 of Rods, okay? This is someone having a very defensive kind of stance with you, or you having that with them because of the thoughts that are going on with the 9 of Swords, okay? So Cancer, this is the message that I have for you. If it resonates, that's awesome. Leave me a comment below. If it did not resonate, guys, check your moon, your rising, or your Venus. And if you don't know where those energies are in your chart, there's always a link to Café Astrology in the description box, as well as the link to my website if you're looking to get a personal reading with me. Cancer, take care, and I will see you very soon for your mid-month general reading, okay?